that I've had the opportunity to experience um, life in the classroom from a negative perspective, and I decided that I was going to take those negative thoughts and feelings and experiences and turn them into positive ones. I feel like I'm the teacher that is able to help kids who have challenges. I've walked the walk, so I can talk the talk, and I want them to see me as a role model. That if I can overcome challenges, then they can do it too. If it means that they're not a good reader, I could show them that they can be a good reader. Don't let your challenge stand in your way. Don't let it define who you are. I never let Tourette syndrome define who I was, so I don't want it to define who they are. But I feel like I have a sense of empathy, patience. I try to be that teacher that can go in there and really engage students to be the best that they can be. Because I think that that's what every kid wants. They want to go to school, they want to learn, they want to have a good time, they want to look up to their teacher, and that didn't really happen for me. So I try to turn all those negative things into positive things. But I think that the ultimate thing is that I like to build relationships with my kids. I think when teachers build relationships with their kids, then the kids start to trust them. And so at a very, very early point in my career, I told my kids I'm open and I'm honest about living with this medical condition. And if at any time anybody wants to ask me a question, then feel free to do so. And I felt like they just wanted to know why I was making all these noises. And then once I told them what I was doing, they were fine with it. So I feel like my strengths of being a teacher come from my experiences with growing up with Tourette syndrome in the classroom as a student.
And any school time memory you can remember while teaching?
So, unfortunately, a lot of my memories from school were negative. Like I remember in 5th grade, my teacher made me get up in front of the class and apologize to everyone for all the noises that I was making. So I got up out of my seat, I walked to the front of the class, I said, I'm sorry. And she said, you get back up there and tell those students that you're not going to do it again. I said, I'm not going to do it again. And I went and I sat down and I started making those noises. So for me, school was difficult. I don't remember book reports. I don't remember the science projects in 5th grade, but I do remember my first speech. And I guess the one major memory that I have that really impacted my life the most was in middle school. My principal asked me if I wanted to educate everyone about Tourette syndrome. And so the two of us got up in front of all the students at our middle school, and we educated them about Tourette syndrome. And when I sat down, everyone gave me a standing ovation. They started to clap for me. And I realized as I sit down that they just wanted to know. They just want to know why I had Tourette's and what was going on. And really from that moment, for the rest of my life, it impacted me. And as I look back, that was a pivotal point in my life because I realized what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. I want to be a teacher. I want to be that teacher that can make a difference in the lives of kids. So, school was really difficult for me. But when I look back and compare what it was like in 5th grade and how I had no friends, nobody believed in me, not even the teachers. And then when I moved up to middle school and kids were picking on me and bullying me around, and then ultimately to that day where my principal got up in front of all the students and we educated them about Tourette syndrome, my life changed. And really, ever since that point, my life got better, and I've been able to enjoy school and academics in a positive way, like every other student should.
Hello, Brad. My name is Priyanka. Congratulations on your book, this wonderful movie, and you've had a brilliant actress perform your role. So congratulations on that. What I definitely want to ask you, growing up, I sort of empathize with you because I used to have these blank out spells, and just like your teacher made you stand up, I had a similar incident in class, where because I would blank out, the teacher would say, oh, what's wrong with her, sort of thing, right? So what is it that you would say to your, say about your experience to parents with kids who have these probably handicaps or shortcomings or whatever you want to call them, because I think it's so important once parents understand it, they sort of address it, and it helps children move forward. What would you say to parents about it?
Yeah, it's a great question. For me, I think it's important that parents embrace their kids' challenges and they're educated about them, and they help the kids out as much as possible. A parent needs to be their child's strongest advocate, and they have to be there to support them through the good times and the more challenging times. And so I think parents lead the way. And when a parent has a positive attitude and shows that kid that we can persevere through it, then the kid is going to follow suit. But if the parent, is always having a negative attitude and doesn't want to deal with the situation, then the kid's going to do the same thing. So I think it's important for parents to always remember that they are the role model, and their kids are going to follow the way that they handle things. So if there's a parent who's embarrassed about their kid and the things that they're doing, then the child's going to see that, and I think it's going to be really difficult for that child. So I think as a parent, you want to be proud of your kid. You need to get your kid as involved in different activities in school and out of school as possible. And I think you just have to embrace that challenge and help educate the child, yourself, and others around you, and come up with strategies to help make your life successful.